Despite ECN's assurances that the EVMs cannot be hacked and they are stand-alone devices and are also not linked to the internet and thereby cannot transmit a signal, members of the public are skeptical about these explanations as they doubt the credibility of the machines. Voting machines that were loaned out for logistical support towards internal elections by political parties and other organizations are not part of the EVMs that are ordinarily used for the presidential and National Assembly elections.
We have a specific set of EVMs that we use for training our polling staff, but we also have specific sets of EVMs that we use during our voter and civic education program. And when we assist political parties or other entities with EVMs, we usually take from the ones that are set aside for training and voter education. So we don't mix up.
Political parties and organizations that made use of the EVMs included City of Windhoek, NUDO, UDF, Afrikaner Traditional Authorities, Overherero Traditional Authority, National Youth Council, and the National Teachers Union, among others.
We are convinced that it is a good thing to do because it will help to allay the fears, the mistrust, and the misgivings that some of our parties have on the usage of EVMs in national elections. Because if you create a situation where they are able to use the EVMs in their own internal voting processes, surely that would be a confidence-building measure.
The SWAPO Party Elder Council's Elections Committee was another political party that requested the ECN for the EVMs for the Win internal elections from the 6th to the 7th of July 2017. The full consignment of the requested equipment included 156 ballot units, 56 control units, 4 tabulators, and 2 printers. ECN was supposed to transport all the equipment in terms of its guideline, but decided to trust the SWAPO party to transport the voting equipment as a cost-saving measure. Though the party had committed in writing to the ECN that it would take full responsibility of the voting equipment and had also made a sworn declaration to that effect, they did not return all the equipment they loaned from ECN.
It is my view that something like this would never ever, happen again. So it was a bad experience. No one had foreseen that something like that could happen, but it has happened, and we are paying the price for that as we speak. Surely, there is a cost in terms of reputational damage to the organization. Of course, there is a cost in terms of the impact it would have on people's perceptions, on the integrity of the process, and all of that.
2 ballot units and 4 control units were missing, which the SWAPO Party Elder Council took full responsibility of and had since paid the requisite amount for the lost equipment to the receiver of revenue.
When you pay when you pay for damage to state property or loss, you pay at the receiver of revenue. That is just the practice within a government.
ECN assures the public that there is no way an individual can use the missing machine as their components have unique serial numbers. To ensure that this unfortunate incident does not repeat itself, the Commission had put in place additional standard operating procedures and safety standards around the management, storage and transportation of the EVMs. Evelyn Paulus, NBC News, Windhoek.